All right, guys. Our next bit of movie news today is this dude is the highest paid actor in the industry right now, and his very first movie was The Scorpion King. It turns out that Dwayne Johnson is teaming up with Danny Garcia from her Seven Bucks Productions company, and as well as Universal Entertainment. They are going to do a reboot of The Scorpion King. Now, if you remember, way back when the Mummy was big Universal monster movie. They did the Mummy 2, and I believe the Scorpion King, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, had a cameo in. Was it the Mummy 2? Did he have a cameo in the Mummy 2? It was tied. It was tied in there somehow. And then they did a spinoff of The Scorpion King, which was an abysmal movie. Oh my dear heavens, that was a complete bag of trash. And then I don't know why, but they did a sequel, The Scorpion King 2. Do you remember that? I don't even think it had Dwayne The Rock Johnson in it. But now it appears that, Dwayne Johnson kind of wants to maybe redeem the franchise a little bit. He's not going to be in the movie, but he will be co-executive producing the movie. It's possible he may have a cameo. I mean, he's Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and this is a passion project. That being said, from this article from Deadline, he will be passing the reins of the Scorpion King to a brand new actor for a brand new generation, and most likely setting the story in a modern day era. I think that's interesting. I don't know if that's the best move. I don't know if that's a great move. I mean, let's look at Tom Cruise's The Mummy. Goo. That movie was not bad because it was set in modern day. That was just a bad movie. But when you talk about like the Universal monsters, and not that the Scorpion King is a Universal monster, I mean, they may try to make him a Universal monster. Maybe in like 15, 20, 30 years from now, he might be considered a classic Universal monster. Who knows? But I don't know. Setting it in modern times, just I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. But I think it's a really interesting thing to kind of like bring it back. If there's ever, Will, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little something, tell me something. If there's ever a reason to do a reboot or a remake, it's to improve upon the material that came before. If the material before, I always use Ocean's 11. Ocean's 11 is one of the best examples as to why you should do a reboot or a remake. The original Ocean's 11, starring the Rat Pack, was not a good movie. People treat it like it's a great movie because it has the Rat Pack in it. You've got Frank Sinatra, you have Sammy Davis Jr., you have Dean Martin, you have a host of other people. Great. The Mummy starred Tom Cruise, and that was a bag of toilet water. But they do Steven Soderbergh came along. He got George Clooney involved in it, and they got pretty much all the other A-listers from Hollywood involved in it. And Ocean's 11 turned out to be a great, not just a great reboot, but a great movie. A great movie. So much so, it spawned 3 sequels for 4 movies total in the franchise. Will, where do you sit with this concerning the Scorpion King reboot? Are you looking forward to it? Is it a dumb idea? Where do you stand on this?
I mean, again, I think the bar is kind of low with this movie, so it can't go anywhere else but up, I guess. And at least from a technical point of view, because this movie has become like the meme and the gold standard for bad CGI. So at the very least, it might be it might be a redemption arc for this movie and try to do something better. But I kind of appreciate the emotional angle that they bring into it. Dwayne, this being like the movie that basically started his movie career.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that he's invested in this project. I don't believe for a second that he's not going to appear in it in any way, shape, or form. He's got to be there somehow. But By the time we got to the Scorpion King, I was kind of like done with the Mummy universe.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and
It
given the
burned out pretty
fact that we
quick.
got, yeah, there's nowhere else to go but up, I guess, for this movie. So, and nobody sells a movie better than Dwayne the Rock Johnson. So they've got that going on for
Now
them.
let me. Here's a question for you. I mean, I know the question, but I have like something else that I want to say as well. Let me ask you the question first. 50% over or under? Do you think Brendan Fraser will appear in this movie?
He's got to be in it.
Brendan Fraser is having a huge resurgence of his career right now. I mean, look at Doom Patrol. We're not going to get into the whole minutia of everything that's going on or has gone on with Brendan Fraser. Just know that he was a victim of sexual assault, and it really psychologically scarred him, and so he kind of walked away from Hollywood for a while, and. Through the help of his wife and his family and his community and his support system, they've encouraged him to, not entirely walk away from Hollywood, and he's starting to come back and do some new projects. Doom Patrol. Have you watched Doom Patrol at all, Will?
Watched a couple episodes. I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but I mean, what I've seen, I've loved.
Season 1, I could not love more if I tried. Season 2 takes a sharp downward angle, but I will contend that Brendan Fraser is still the best aspect of the show. He's absolutely incredible, and so I would love to see him take part in the Scorpion King reboot in some way, shape, or form. Some way, shape, or form. I think. I don't know. I would just love to see him do something wacky and silly and kind of get back to that 90s like lighthearted fun that we all know Brendan Fraser for.
Yep. Yeah, I'm all for it. He's one of those like celebrities, those wholesome celebrities that everybody loves. So anything that's good for Brendan Fraser, I'm here for it. And I really, really am crossing all my fingers that he's on that movie in some way,
That'd
shape,
be
or
so
form.
cool. Now, here's the other thing that you brought up that I hadn't stopped to consider before. The Scorpion King has kind of become the golden standard when it comes to terrible CGI. This movie is unforgivably bad. Hold on, let me look it up. When was the Scorpion King made? Hit me with a date. Let's see how close you get, Will.
I want to say 2001.
You are so close. 2002.
Uh,
2002. What? There was a.
which we already had the Lord of the Rings by that time. So
Okay. Yes. There was the Scorpion King in 2002. There was. What? How many of these movies were made? Where's I don't see anything for Scorpion King 2, but there's a Scorpion King 3 that was in 2012. There was a Scorpion King 4
What?
in 2015. And then in 2018, there was the Scorpion King Book of Souls. So that's 1, 2,
What?
3, 4, 5. There have been 5 Scorpion King movies made.
No way.
What?
This is like the Land Before Time of movies. Like, like there's how many of these already?
Wow. This is all right. I need to do a little bit of searching as to why Scorpion King 2 is not popping up on IMDb, but wow, I'm kind of blown away. I am very blown away at man, nobody wants to see me on YouTube just scrolling through IMDb. So I'll look that up later. But yeah, I think this is a great opportunity to go back into the CGI, being that the original Scorpion King was so unforgivably bad. It came out in 2001 or 2002, as you pointed out, Will. 2001 was Lord of the Rings, and look at how great that CGI was. Let's go back even further. The Matrix, 1999. Granted, there wasn't a lot of CGI per se, but the camera work, the innovations that they created on that movie were mind-blowing, quite literally mind-blowing. Let's go back even further. 1993, my favorite movie of all time, Jurassic Park. The CGI in Jurassic Park still holds up from 1993.
Yep.
I argue sometimes better than some of the CGI that you see today. It's true.
Yeah, I remember Jurassic Park in particular was very special for my brother and I when it came out. We went to see it to the movie theaters literally every week, and we saw it like a total of 12 times.
Wow.
So when they released it again, for its 20-year anniversary, my brother lives in California, so I flew over there to watch this movie together with him one more time. And I remember watching it and was like, this looks great, even by today's standards. Like,
yeah,
this movie was ahead of its time.
So ahead of its time. So ahead of its time. So yeah, I mean, they have an opportunity to do something really creative, something really innovative, and just blow the roof off this thing. If Universal plays their cards correctly, this new Scorpion King reboot movie could be like a new golden standard. Instead of it just being a joke, especially with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson behind it, this could be something really special. But the question is for you guys, what do you think of the Golden King, the Scorpion King reboot? Are you looking forward to it? Do you think it's going to be good, or have you just resigned off? Did anybody else know that there were 5 Scorpion King movies? I had no clue. Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles would want you to do. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.